When I was working with the town and I was working out at the riparian preserve, someone told me a story about somebody from Gilbert that went back into the Midwest to do his birding, and they all keep track of the birds they see. And as he was doing that, somebody asked him, well, where are you from? And he said he's from Gilbert, Arizona. And this other person said, well, what are you doing here? Gilbert is the best place in the entire country. In 2025, Gilbert was named the #4 most caring community in the entire country. Gilbert has also been recognized this past year as the #6 place in the country to raise a family. Gilbert has been named the #11 best place in the entire country in which to live. There's much that's happening. We're trying to bring the community together and share one another's burdens as much as we can. We continue to add other quality of life measures that deal with our parks, with our public safety. Those are all things that make for a prosperous community. Water planning is very important, and what's happened in Gilbert over the last 15 or so years, for whatever reason may have happened, we did not look at rates on a consistent basis over the last 10 or 12 years. As such, we have fallen behind in being able to stay up to the need for infrastructure planning to meet the needs of a growing community. And so we've had to increase our rates. The water coming down into the Colorado River is getting more and more scarce. As the resource becomes more scarce, the demand is still high. It becomes more expensive. The infrastructure that we need to put in place in order to treat that water, treat the amounts, and also the quality of the water, we have to make significant investments in order to protect our water security.
Approximately 30% of our water delivered to Gilbert residents comes from the Colorado River. And when that portion of the pie shrinks, we need to make up for it in other sources. The shortage on the Colorado River means that we have to diversify our portfolio, and that's why we're drilling 8 new wells. Those wells allow us to access the groundwater that we have stored underneath us in the aquifer. We're also constructing the North Water Treatment Plant. We are replacing a conventional filtration plant with a smaller footprint and a more modern technology. It's called a ballasted flocculation process. This is able to treat water in approximately 15 minutes, whereas the old technology took 24 hours to treat the same amount of water. We're also adding granular activated carbon, and this is used to remove organics in the water that can form disinfection byproducts in our system. This facility will produce 60 million gallons per day of water. We can treat it faster, and we can produce a higher quality water than we were able to before. We know these rate increases are hard. They are necessary so that we can complete the projects that we need to face these water resource challenges head on. If we didn't update the facility, we would be risking additional water quality violations, we would be risking catastrophic failure of the facility, and we would not be able to provide Gilbert with the clean, safe drinking water that everybody expects. We expect the new plant to start producing water this summer. We're going to run the 2 facilities side by side, both making water at the same time for about 6 months, and we'll transition to operating only out of the new facility around the end of 2026, the beginning of 2027. We will be able to adapt and continue to provide water to Gilbert for generations to come.
Parks and open spaces add to the well-being of the community. It allows people the opportunity to get out, recreate, have fun, and really just build memories together. Gathering feedback is really important to us to make sure that we're building spaces that are for the community, and we want them to be a part of the process. We're really excited that we did this with Desert Sky Park specifically because we took the feedback from the kids and we actually implemented it and put it in the playgrounds. And so hopefully those kids can come back and enjoy those features that they chose at Desert Sky Park when it opens in a couple years. Desert Sky Park Phase 2 is going to add 5 multi-use fields, an inclusive playground, an inclusive splash pad, restroom facilities, pickleball courts, tennis court, basketball court, and sand volleyball court. Gilbert Regional Park Phase 2 will be coming online soon, and it will have 6 youth softball fields, a bike park, a skate park, an arroyo zone, a dog park, and a fun adventure playground area with different STEM activities and play features. Freestone Park is getting a pickleball complex, as well as a splash pad that really connects the north side of the park with the south side of the park. I've been here for 3.5 years, and I've met with a lot of different groups, and a lot of feedback has been that we want spaces that everyone can enjoy. Multi-generational spaces, people of all abilities. And so we really took that to heart.
Hi, I'm Tara Coble, and this is my daughter, Georgia. We are residents here in Gilbert, and we've lived here for about 10 years. Rett syndrome is a rare neuromuscular genetic condition. It's kind of like having autism, cerebral palsy, epilepsy, Parkinson's, kind of all wrapped up into one little girl. And it does affect every part of her life, but it doesn't take her joy. It's very important to let people meet her and see her and recognize that she's not just a line item. She's a person, and she wants to be here. She doesn't want to be sitting in this interview. She wants to go play.
We are adding an inclusive playground. We're also adding an inclusive splash pad where people can play together at all levels.
Knowing that our town cares about creating opportunities and spaces for my daughter, it means a lot to me, both as a resident, but also as a parent. Gilbert is working really hard to make sure more of those safe and welcoming spaces are being created.
Parks are the heartbeat of communities. We want to make sure that we're designing and building spaces that are really thoughtful and have our community in mind.
One of the things that drove me to Gilbert PD is the culture here. A lot of the town's values align with mine, the biggest one being how kind everyone is. And it's been really easy to work with everybody when you're all going towards the same goal. So as a police department, we are connected with every aspect of our community, including our youth. Number one, meet them where they are. And a lot of that is with our social media team. Another way that we meet them where they are is with our youth engagement officer. She has been running around and connecting with youth on all sorts of different levels. She even has her own sticker packet with a sticker of herself. When people in the community feel trusted, respected, seen, and safe, the quality of life in the entire community improves. The Gilbert Advocacy Center is a place where our most vulnerable victims can go and be treated with dignity and respect on their worst days. Victims of sexual and domestic violence will come and find a comfortable place, a place where they can report their crimes in a very safe environment with people that are well-trained and trauma-informed practices. Our intention is to lead the nation in the innovation of the design of the building. It is, from top to bottom, a trauma-informed design center. Currently, victims of these kind of crimes in our community are taken to other cities to receive these kind of services. No victim wants to be driven to another city or town. It's really convenient to have it within our community. It's hugely important, and it's amazing that the town of Gilbert has dedicated these resources, and what it's really doing is telling the community, we care about you and we're here for you.
Our decision-making in the town of Gilbert is a hard thing, but necessary in order to build a quality of life that all residents are seeking.
We're planning things that are going to be here longer than we are. There's huge responsibility with that.
When you have to make hard decisions that impact people financially, it's never easy, but you have to do the right thing no matter what. You took an oath to serve.
We not only have to make very large policy decisions for the community, but also make sure that we are providing in all different areas: police, fire, infrastructure, water, trash service.
We have 221 different lines of service, so you do have to have understanding of all of those different types of lines of service.
And as you get into the depths of things, to realize you're making decisions for 300,000 people and trying to make the most responsible decision.
There is tremendous pressure. There is a lot of pressure.
We have to make decisions not just for today, but for 20 years from now.
And I wanted to be a part of that decision-making process to ensure we were making the right decisions.
Being a council member and or a mayor in the town of Gilbert is not an easy task.
Government's a business. As a council member, you're like on the board of directors.
Our council meetings occur every 2 weeks. We have to prepare for those council meetings, study sessions, boards and commission meetings. We have to review a packet of information of all the items that might be presented at that council meeting. Typically 700 to 1,000.
800, 1,200.
25, 2,600.
We had one agenda that was 3,200
pages long.
It could be requests for zoning changes, rate analysis provided by a third party, intergovernment agreements.
Prior to those council meetings,
No more than 3 of us can discuss a particular topic at a time. If it goes beyond that, then we're in violation of the open meeting laws.
Conflict of interest, open meeting laws, ethics, rules.
All of our meetings are public and these things have to be discussed in public.
We cannot respond directly to the citizen with their complaint, their issue, or their suggestion.
You're going through and making decisions on what would this affect?
Hey, tell me about this. Hey, what does this mean? Hey, what's the impact of that?
If we rezone this, how does it affect the neighborhood? How does it affect the future of the town?
and every decision is based on all the information, all the data, everything I have.
That helps me formulate
Through
my
the
responses
conservation
and my
efforts
votes on
that the
this
town
topic.
has done,
I
we've
am
been able to
oftentimes
give
big
more
advocate
credits
for
from
information.
recharging.
The local
housing.
government is
Small
small.
business.
And the previous council
When you have said about
it is a lot of information.
Examine
I would-
It's a lot of work.
I still hold the record, I think, for the latest meeting. We went till 2:30 in the morning.
You realize that you're getting blamed for things that happened a quarter century ago. And that's fine because you're in the seat and the seat is to blame. You have to take that punishment also.
The community has to have that trust in us that we're making that decision for the future, even though they may not agree with it today or see the benefit of it today.
We haven't lost our minds.
And if we don't make those hard decisions, we run the risk of becoming like every other city. Everyone that works for this community is here with a heart to serve. Everybody wants what's best for this community. I've not met one employee when I was on staff or since I've been on council that doesn't care deeply about this community.
We have the most well-educated, dedicated staff in the entire state. We couldn't do what we do as council members and review all of this without the effort and the work that they put in.
I've been on both sides, small business, big corporate America, and government. And I can tell you from personal experience, there's nothing like serving a community.
We had that direct contact with the residents that people in state and federal government don't have.
I love that Gilbert is so consistent. I also just get excited about my kids growing up in this community because I know that they'll feel safe. I know that they will have opportunities to grow and learn.
You can walk the streets of Gilbert at night and not really have to worry about a whole lot of things.
And that overnight success that nobody saw coming is because of decisions that are made now. And making some really hard decisions to realize that the future of Gilbert, the following generation, has something to walk into that's as good or better than we walked into.
It's continuing to make the right decisions now, even the very, very difficult ones, so that our children and our grandchildren both want to live here and can afford to live here.
And I understand what their frustrations may be, but we have to work together.
Hi, I'm Anna. This is Saul.
My name is Lilia Bokur. This is Sophia.
I'm Ron Linder. I've been a Gilbert resident since '98. been here since 2013.
We've called Gilbert home for 13 years, and we are the owners of Casita Coffee.
I'm a junior at Highland High School.
I've been coming to the rec center here for the last probably 5-6 years. I had a bout with cancer, stage 4 lymphoma cancer survivor. It's been 5 years now, but I realized I needed to do something to rebuild my strength and get out and become more active. So I go out, play open pickleball. The rec center's given me a lot of opportunities to come interact with people and be on my feet. I meet a lot of neat people down here at the rec center.
We were renting an apartment in Scottsdale, and it was time for us to find a house. The first thing we look for is the school. Through our research, we found that Gilbert schools are the best, and they truly are the best.
I've been going to Gilbert Public Schools my whole life, and I would not change a thing.
We've had the most caring and loving teachers, and there are just so many options and opportunities here.
I weld, I do glass work, I play the violin, I paint a little bit.
Casita honestly started as a hobby. One day, he came across this little trailer that looks like a little house. We bought it, he remodeled it. He started teaching himself how to make coffee. We said, what can we bring to Gilbert that isn't already being offered? And that's when we thought, hey, let's bring some of our culture flavors to Gilbert. The community just continued supporting and supporting, and it just grew more and more and more. And now here we are with a storefront that we opened a year ago.
And I live near downtown Gilbert, which certainly has changed tremendously, but it's kind of neat because it still has a lot of the old town friendliness with some of the bigger city amenities. It's just an enjoyable community.
It's been great. It's been great with all of access to the public parks, to bike paths, to the library, to the riparian preserve. It's wonderful.
The people here are going to be very happy to see you and want to talk to you and help you.
I'm always promoting Gilbert to people, you should move to Gilbert, yeah, always.
We live here, we work here, our kids were born here, they go to school here. Everything that it offers as a family, as a Gilbert business owner, we just love everything about it.